Hey guys, as you can tell by this video, we are going to talk about Degrassi Season 12 Part 1 and 2. I didn't lie to you, that's what we're here to do. Just a couple of housekeeping things first as we do. Today I have a concert to go to, so you guys will be seeing the video of that next weekend as well. One of the books we're going to talk about in our book series, we might not get to it because, you know, October, November, and December we have different videos, and we pick up in January where we left off. We're going to be talking about one of the artists. We're going to go back to book series, and one of the artists we're going to talk about is Sarah Dessen. I started reading her books and I got hooked. My sister recommended them to me, and the first and second one were great. The third one was kind of dry, but it was still good. This fourth one, something specific happens in the book, and I was in a relationship very much like the one in the book, and so it was very triggering to me. Of course, I do not get triggered by many things. Like, a lot of things I've kind of gotten over and it's like, okay, whatever. But that was something that is going to take a while for me to get over, and so my mental health just plummeted even more than it already was. So I'm gonna do this video. I'm gonna try to keep it in high spirits because it's one of the best seasons of Degrassi, season 12, but I'm sorry if I'm not as engaging as usual. If an alarm goes off, ignore it. That's to take my Claritin. So if an alarm goes off, just ignore it. I will just take my Claritin and we will keep going. So season 12, part 1. Let's get it. Marisol. I like Marisol in season 12 because she seems to have her shit together and she seems to, like, really be sure of who she is. She's also with Mo, and I feel like Mo kind of made Marisol more of, like, a good person. Drew's just doing the most, and he needs to stop. Like, he is just doing the most, and Drew aggravates me, honestly, in season 12. Eli's also doing the most, but I do like his feud with Becky, because I feel like changing the musical was going to make it better than having Romeo and Juliet. I think Romeo and Jules is a much better idea, and I would have gone to see Romeo and Jules. Fiona. I like Fiona. She's so sure of who she is. She's such a good person. She's grown and matured, and I love Fiona season 12. Bianca. I like Bianca. She's actually she's actually doing her schoolwork. She's actually trying to, like, achieve and make something of herself, and I am so behind it. Mike Dallas. He pisses me off at the beginning of season 12. He's such a douchebag. Like, he's such a douchebag. It's so... Owen doesn't really show up that much unless in regards to Tristan or the hockey team. And even with the hockey team, it's slim to none. Owen, I do like this one moment that I want to point out where they took Tristan's phone and he slams Luke up against the locker. I do like how he's there for his brother in that regard. Jake. I like Jake in season 12, especially when the garden is involved, because then he gets involved in something that he really likes doing, and it's nice to see Jake with a project. Mo is just Mo. Like, he's not annoying anymore, and he's just kind of there. Like, obviously, the second part of season 12, I have a little bit more thoughts on Mo, but the first part, I don't have many thoughts. Imogen. I like Imogen, and she's a good friend and a good person, her storyline hits a little close to home for me about her father. But yeah, I love Imogen. Katie. Katie at the beginning of season 12, I wasn't really feeling her, but after she dyed her hair, I started feeling her because I feel like that hair suited her more and she was a lot more like badass and like not as high strung. Luke Baker. Hate him. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody's in agreement that knows Degrassi. We just hate Luke Baker. KC. I really liked KC on the Bright Sparks and with his mom and like figuring everything out. And I'm really, really sad that because they didn't have any more storyline ideas for him, they nixed him. Yeah, Degrassi does that a lot. They did it with Wesley. They do it a lot, and honestly, it's really shitty because they ended up doing it with Dave, too. And it's really shitty, honestly. Becky Baker. I don't like Becky beginning of season 12 because of her, you know, homophobic nature and everything to do with that. And she really paints religious people in a bad light, and characters like that really piss me off because I am religious and like it's easy to be religious and just like respect everybody. Like it's not that hard. Dave. I love Dave. Like yeah, him and Allie have a bit of a rocky thing that'll be in the relationships video, but honestly, I love Dave as a character. Claire. I like Claire season 12. She's kind of gone back to like who she was, and she's not all me anymore. But there are some things that she does that annoy me, as in, you know, I can't really think of one right now, but she does do things that annoy me, is the point. Connor. Oh, the stuff Claire says thing. That's what. Connor. Connor is one of those people that doesn't really show up except with like Bright Sparks and things like that, but Connor's still doing his thing, just living his life. No hate towards Connor. Allie. I love Allie. Allie has been one of my favorites since I was a little kid, and I just love Allie. Like, she's gone through so much, and I'm like, she deserves the absolute world. Like, I love Allie. Adam. Adam is a gem. Again, 10 out of 10. The way Adam owns Becky in like so many scenes is just so... I love how he shuts her down. It's amazing. Jenna. Jenna's really just doing her thing, living her life. And she does get baptized for Luke, but then realizes that it was actually for herself. And then she just starts living her life. Cam. Cam is such... I love Cam. Oh my gosh. I was so overprotective of Cam. I love Cam so incredibly much. And I feel so bad for him. Zig. I liked Zig. And then when that whole Zig Maya thing started happening, I hated Zig. Funny how that happens. Tristan. I didn't really have a problem with Tristan because he's just dramatic. That's who he is. Yeah, but I didn't really have a problem with Tristan. Maya. I liked Maya when like Cam was there and everything, because she was like just herself and she was in a good relationship for her. Tori. I liked Tori in season 12. She was less dramatic. She was like a better friend. Like she was just better overall. Mr. Simpson. Still a great principal. We see him now and again and he's just great. Miss O. She seems to have stopped trying to have relationships with her students And she seems like a really caring and good teacher. Fab. Can I just talk about how I have a problem with his name, Fab? Because that, I mean, it might be an abbreviation for, you know, a name in a different language, but they made him gay and his name is Fab. Like, that just rubs me the wrong way. Anyway, but he seemed like a really, really nice guy. Like, I think he was going to be really good for Tristan, and then, of course, he called Fashion Week shallow, and then Tristan's like, that's the point, granola cruncher, and, you know. Damon. I feel like Damon is a good friend to Zig, but he shouldn't be encouraging Zig to break the law. Not really break the law, but you know what I mean. Audra Torres. She, for once, is not always doing laundry when we see her. I will get more on that later, but she is doing laundry, but she's not doing as much laundry because she doesn't show up as much. Bullfrog. He judges the competition that happens. He's still Bullfrog. Like, he's still, like, we don't see him as much. Glenn Martin. He's very criticizing of Jake, but for a good reason. He wants Jake to go and get an education. He knows Jake is smart enough for that. Louis Marino. That is Imogen's dad. I love Imogen's dad's, like, quirkiness, because it's so great. Also, I don't think Mrs. Coyne shows up. I think she shows up on a video chat with Imogen, but that might be, I think that's the second part of the season. I don't think that's the first part, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. Natalie Granger. I don't necessarily have a problem with her because she is just trying to help Imogen. She's trying to tell her what's going on. She's trying to be there for her. She's also a medical professional, so she understands what's going on. Lisa Guthrie. I love Lisa Guthrie here. Like, we love Mrs. Guthrie on this channel because she is just such a good mom to Casey. Kevin Guthrie. We don't like him. He's an asshole. We don't like him. Reverend Baker. He's a good person, beginning of season 12. Like, he's a good person. And he's really nice to everybody, especially to Jenna. Mrs. Baker. We don't see much about her, honestly. Until Becky and Adam start dating, we don't see much about her in the first part, honestly. Mr. Bandari and Mrs. Bandari. Amazing parents. Like, when Mrs. Bandari gives Allie the speech in her bedroom about, like, what she wants to do with her life, that is such good mother. Officer Turner. We see him at the, like, second part of season 12, but he's always, like, there. Mrs. Novak. She is such a good mom. Oh, my God. She is such a good mom. Even though they're poor, she's like, Novaks own up to their debts. Like, it's just amazing. Asher. Piece of shit. Max is the phone store guy that Drew works with. He's okay. Like, he's funny, but, like, that's basically all we really know. Jennifer, she has a stick up her ass, and, like, I get it. Like, but I don't know. Jennifer has just always annoyed me. I know that she should have just said to Claire, yes, something happened to me, and offered to help her at first. I know she didn't want to put her, like, career in jeopardy, but come on. Mr. Perino. He's teaching. He's doing his job. Like, Mr. Perino deals with so much shit, and I feel so bad for him for it. Mr. Armstrong. I love that one line where they go in, it's like, she needs class off to build the sets for the play. I'm the director. Oh, congratulations. Not gonna happen on a quiz day. That's, like, my favorite Armstrong quote. Madame Janot. She is a good teacher. And, of course, them texting in class, could you have made it more obvious? Mr. Townsend. I think he's a good teacher, too, and he's, like, hilariously funny. And then these three people are in the second part. So let's go to my notes. And also, I didn't get to finish watching all the episodes, so I have some of them up here. I watched, and then episode 20 is when we're going to have to go over here because I watched up to 19 because my mental health and chemistry had a lot of work. So let's go. When they first show up, Dallas is like, I like it. You could tell he's a player. You could just tell. Since when is everyone into Drew's love life? Where people act like the viewers again. Like, they're like, Bianca, I thought you were with Katie. And it's like, you know. Mr. Simpson makes it seem like bad news and then makes a funny face when he's talking about, like, uniform free. Bianca's shirt should not fit dress code. That pink lacy top, it definitely wouldn't have fit dress code in my school. Claire is so nice to Becky, which is nice when she first shows up. It's like, can you show me my classes? God, Tor, way to shine a light. That was a funny Tristan line. Dallas had no reason to make fun of Maya. Katie telling off Drew was great. Mo was being so sweet to Maya. The conversation with Jake about Eli is funny. Katie should leave well enough alone. The party at Drew's. Should I be hearing this? Funny Zig line. Asked my parents for a breast reduction. Don't worry. They said no. Tori to Zig, and his smile was so funny. Zig walking away after Tristan says you are not getting implants is funny. No, just don't do that. Funny Allie line. The hell was that? Adam after what Becky did was funny. Maya doesn't need breast pads. Owen going, okay, after Drew falls down the stairs is funny. Audra has that mom voice. Adam's laugh is so fake when Audra's yelling at Drew like, ha ha ha, and I'm like, okay. Tori is such a supportive friend for Maya. Tori fixing the breast pads is funny because of that one guy in the background's reaction. I'm pumped. Maya, weird choice of words, how she feels about her audition. Claire and Allie are cute friends. I love Imogen's audition. That is talent with the water glasses. I loved Maya's too. Dallas at least gave Drew a reality check about having sex. At least Maya kept playing when the thing fell out of her shirt. Tori was so sweet the way she talked to Maya about her audition. Dallas and Adam coaching Drew on breakups is funny. Mo congratulating Maya on her music was awesome. Giving her a place in the band was awesome. I like Maya's power move of throwing the thing at Owen's head. Asher's face makes me mad. You said you wanted to learn. Okay, Asher, back at it with that manipulation. Marisol's a good friend, even if she insults other girls and slut shames. Katie's sassy remark to Drew, everything is out in the open. Is it by Katie? I absolutely love it. Marisol's a good friend to make sure Katie can do the meeting about the pep rally. Poor Mo did not know about the breakup. Marisol is a good friend and the meme to comfort Katie. Marisol is such a supportive friend. Introduces man parts to my boot is my favorite Marisol line. Maya and Tristan were nice to completely include Cam when he came in the group. I love Eli and Simpson's dynamic. I love the Eli line with the annoyed face, Little Miss Sunshine. Why is Owen so mean to his brother? Go suck an egg is a funny Tristan line. Marisol was wrong to bring Mo and Jake, and then where do you put the za is the weirdest line. At least Becky is trying to be nice to Eli. Eli is so passive-aggressive. Poor Jake when Katie cries after kissing him. Jake taking Katie to ruin Bianca's car was a good idea, even though it was for Drew's window, was the original plan. You want to bust up your knee again? How does Jake know about that? I mean, he did go to school, but I didn't think everybody knew about it. Katie had every right to explode at Drew after her and Bianca almost fought. Tristan impersonating Maya was wrong. Maya covering for Tristan was wrong too. Owen's face when Tristan comes to the table, the hockey table. Katie should have made the whole video, then put Drew at the very end. Simpson's voice is in the hockey sizzle reel. Poor Cam has to play a jerk to fit in with the team. Again, Maya should not have helped Tristan impersonate her. I love to see Jenna laughing behind Drew at the video of him. Mini quiche, they're so wee. I love that line. Now Becky throws the passive-aggressive right back at Eli. Bianca had every right to yell at Drew after seeing the video. I don't think revenge is what they meant when they said the way would become clear, Katie. I love how Casey tries to be nice to Drew when he comes to try out, but Connor just tells the hard truth. Why can't you just talk to him yourself? Why are you helping him then, Maya? It's like, why can't you just talk to him yourself? Why are you helping him then? Cam is so sweet to Maya. I love Tori's singing voice. I love Tori and Tristan's kill it. Already killed. Eli's face is so great because you could tell he has an idea. You can't promise roles like that. Becky, listen to Eli. He's good at this. Asia, country, lower Asia. That's funny. Adam is a good hype person to help Drew practice for Bright Sparks. Poor Drew looks awful on tryout day. What makes me mad is Drew knows the answers. Tell my concussion story. Okay, so my concussion story was I worked at a daycare for children. And this child was running up to me looking like he was going to tell me something. So I put my head down and the kid didn't slow down and he butt heads with me. He was fine, but I was in extreme pain. So the doctor said I had a mild concussion. So sometimes I have trouble remembering things because, one, my depression, and number two, my concussion. And sometimes, some days, I get really bad migraines and I can't get out of bed because of my concussion. Adam was just trying to congratulate Drew. Adam should have known something was wrong when Drew called him Gracie. Say what you will about Claire. She knows how to cheer Eli up. Oh, hell, I can't pull off the Joker anymore. Love that line. Audra's reaction to Drew's MMA injury story is a good mom's reaction. Audra was good to tell Drew to take it seriously. Tristan should not have messaged Cam because that causes a big issue. Cam being mad for Maya is cute. More on that in the relationships. Eli had a good idea to make it Romeo and Jules. Eli and Tristan's exchange about the part of Jules was cute. Bianca caring only after concussion is kind of sweet. Poor Cam. This is why we do not do this, Tristan. Maya's a good friend to Tristan after Cam rejects friendship. Drew catching the shoplifter was impressive. Hipster, disappear, funny Bianca line. Kiss was a funny line too when he's behind them and he tells them to kiss. The best line in the whole series, which I have on a shirt, welcome to Degrassi. Zig is good in season 12. More on Zig and Tori in relationship video. Imogen and Fiona seeing each other is cute. Damon was a good friend to Zig. Zig's mom is one of the best moms, even though we barely see her, which is sad. When did Dave get better at singing? I love how Allie loves seeing Dave on stage. Fiona's way of telling Dallas she is a lesbian is great. Dallas, just because Imogen is dating Fiona, does not make her a lesbian. You're vile. Fiona to Dallas is right. Eli is a good director to help Dave work on his character. Whisper Hug's best song is Someone, in my opinion. I love Zig's voice too. See Degrassi? Zig knows how to play guitar. Zig should be a little more sympathetic towards Tori, but you know. Marisol giving Fiona advice for Imogen was good. Poor Maya has to tell Zig to go away for Tori. Damon giving Zig the dine and dash idea was bad. Eli, don't be gay, just be you. I love that line. Why does Maya have to fix everyone's problems? Zig is going through stuff too. Allie watching Dave is cute. Dallas is persistent. I'll give him that. Becky giving Dave the pamphlet was underhanded. Marisol being the... Oh, Marisol being the waitress. Why do you think she will not catch you? I don't know what I wrote there. Of course Marisol came after you, Zig. Zig knows who Mo is. Marisol didn't have to threaten getting Mo to collect. Imogen was good to tell Fiona how she felt, so Fiona knows. Allie's funny. Something you need to tell me line when Dave was reading the pamphlet. Zig should have not taken the money and talked to his mom. Luke Baker is annoying. Dude, it was you. Zig, shut up. The smoothness of those lines together. Dude, it was you. Shut up. That kind of thing. Of course, Maya and Tori were going to follow you into the room, Zig. Dallas actually gave Fiona good advice. Zig's mom gave good advice of the friends do not care how much money you have. It gives him the money. Novak's own up to their mistakes. Allie looking annoyed at Luke and all them, and Dave had to embarrass her. Marisol smiling at Fiona and Imogen is cute. What idiot can't afford a cell phone? Not everyone can, Mo. Dave apologizing to Allie was good. Damon shows up. Now I worry. Mrs. Novak, funny line. Parents store. Where is Zig's dad? Tori meeting Zig's mom is so cute. I like Katie's hair, the black hair. Geez, would you... Oh, geez, would you two just make out already? Good wing person, Marisol. Poor Cam gets made fun of. Jamie is not just a dude's name, Luke. Can be short for James. Maybe because you have not told Dave. Dave! Claire's funny line when Dave walks in. To show Cam you like him, do not make fun of him. Yeah, but Dad, funny Jake line. Simpson's face, looking impressed, is great. I love how Mrs. Bandari rushes to call Sav. I'm really getting to know you, Claire to Allie. Jake should have just let Luke throw the can where he wanted. At least they almost respected Cam. You gotta learn how to trust your girlfriend. Good line. Dallas putting Cam on Bianca was cruel. Go get some sex is the most awkward thing ever. Jenna's a good friend to Allie about pregnancy. Oh, good to say. You're trying to convince yourself. Jenna to Allie about pregnancy. Jenna's such a good friend to bring up getting tested at a clinic. Allie has a lot to read coming up. Maya was just trying to help Cam, but she did come on too strong in the lunch line. Claire going with Allie to the clinic was a good friend. Claire talking to Allie was good about her choice about her possible pregnancy. Bianca was too rude to Cam at first in the girls' bathroom, but she ends up giving Cam good advice 2 seconds later. Katie was right to be unsure that Jake knew what he was doing on the roof of the garden, or on the rooftop. Poor Katie. Katie had to give Jake a reality that the roof was going to collapse, even though that was obvious. Allie's mom gave Allie good advice. I like how Cam sits by himself on the bus and ignores the guys. I'm glad Jake's dad told him how smart he is. I'm glad he helped him build a garden still. Dave should support Allie's choice instead of yell at her. I'm glad that Claire was there when Allie got the news. Cam talking to Maya at the steakhouse was cute. His smile when Maya says yes to hanging out is adorable. Dave was good to apologize for yelling at Allie. Jenna's line about Jake in the song is funny. Jake doesn't hear me 'cause I'm not a tomato. At least Jenna was nice to Becky. Drew looked in pain after shooting a basket in basketball. Of course he cannot play. Fiona and Drew's banter is funny. Claire did not listen to Asher. It is just a school. Claire do not listen to Asher. It is just a school assignment. I love how Jenna could still sound happy even singing even when pissed. Audra sweet to Bianca to pay for college. Claire should have just followed the assignment guidelines. Jenna could have been a little nicer to Becky at her house. Becky should have told Jenna, though. Luke is not all that. Fiona gave Drew a good reality check about how he cannot blame everything on his concussion. Becky was so sweet after hearing Jenna's past about Ty. Asher was secretly enjoying seeing that tweet about him. Creepy. I love working for Asher. Drew was nice to help the phone guy keep his commission. Claire was out of line with Connor. Jenna needs to open up, but Luke was not the right person. Audra was right about telling Drew what it takes to get better. Allie is a good friend to Jenna. Luke was too harsh to Jenna. That you tempt me. Bullshit. You have science. Why can't I have Christianity? That's a funny line. I love Eli reading them and laughing. Eli was right to tell Claire to ignore it. The tweets. Bianca is only trying to help Drew by agreeing with Audra. Jenna was good to reassure Becky that Jenna was not getting baptized for her. What teenage boy says something is divine? Claire, you have to ignore the stuff about you. I have stuff and I ignore it too, and we're not going to talk about that because then it'll start up again, because apparently I'm dead. Yeah, that's all you're going to get. Allie's mom was good to tell Jenna she was proud of her for getting baptized. Claire goes too far during the assignment. Jenna and Allie should have checked if the bathroom was empty. Becky cannot tell Jenna she's not a Christian. You lose friends because of Luke. Sounds like Luke's problem. Drew moving out is the ultimate power move. At least Claire apologized to Connor and Adam. Allie poking fun at Jenna praying was funny. Think that's where you gotta have faith. Good advice, Allie. Jenna's talk with Mr. Baker was very helpful. Jenna's ending speech was sweet at the end of church. Mr. Baker talking to Luke made me realize he knew it was Luke. Newsy reminds me of the whole Frosh thing, and I cringe. I like how Casey's mom was asking Bianca questions. That was cute that she cares so much. Allie and Eli teasing Claire about Asher is funny, but also uncomfortable. Tori and Tristan are good friends for Maya to have. Bianca was sweet to talk to Casey's mom and be friendly with her. Claire's pitch was good. Katie and Maya's banter is funny and reminds me of me and my sister, about Maya asking if Katie can drive her to the date. Claire was right after needing to include Eli, teaching Dave to act like he's in love with a guy. Katie does not need to be that hard on Cam. Also, how did Katie fall for that Drew thing? Cam and Maya in the photo booth is cute. He looks like he wants to kiss her, but then chickens out. Mr. T and Miss Guthrie are cute. I see that picture of Darcy Degrassi when Claire's writing the article and emailing it to Asher. There's a picture of Darcy. Claire should not jump to conclusions that she cannot be a journalist. Asher was good to have Claire stay and help him fix the article. Tori is a good friend about relationship advice. Asher is a creep. Eli badgering Claire about the article does not make sense. He means you're not a puck bunny. Tori, that is so stupid. Oh, well, Tori said it, but that's just a stupid thing in general. Claire should listen to Allie and tell Miss O. Casey and Bianca are cute friends. Claire was good to talk to Asher about the kiss. Talk about Cam and Maya in the relationships video, because I know you guys are going to want to hear it. Was she going to eat him? She nibbled his ear. That was just a funny joke I had. Mr. T asking questions about Miss Guthrie was cute. Asher is so creepy and wrong for doing it again. You care about your career, you keep your mouth shut. You tell Miss O. It is cool how the car door closes though. Mrs. Guthrie is so sweet and deserves a date with a good guy. I'm glad Claire will not let Asher ruin her co-op. Maya, silence your phone. And Tori and Tristan, can you make it any more obvious you're texting? The HR woman was out of line to not check with both parties. Maya apologizing was good, but Cam being distant and yelling at her was rude. Poor Casey. Claire was right to expose Asher in front of the whole office. All over his face was written how guilty he was when he looked at her. Gotta take a drink of water. Yeah. Allie is a good friend to be there for Claire. Hockey locker rooms are annoying. Luke did not need to be so harsh to Cam. You'll have Elaine back to Kappa's casing. I love the cheesy nickname. Fiona and Imogen are cute. Cam's mom was good at giving him a pep talk. It was good for KC to at least connect with his dad. Zig's performance looks funny. Maya and Cam's duet is super cute. Love all Maya's friends dancing. Drew's bow chicka wow wow was funny. Casey helping his dad was nice to get a job. Bianca's a good person to talk to about Casey's dad. Drew only cleaning his side was what Fiona asked. Luke and Dallas should not deal with when people mispractice. That's the coach. Dallas tries to make it better after Cam does his medicine, but is making it worse. Luke saying buzzkill is funny after Dallas tells him to stop messing around. Jenna saying Miss Guthrie is the issue when he comes back. I get it, but still, she's a good mom. Imogen is trying to help Fiona by telling her to clean. Mrs. Guthrie apologizing to Casey and promising him she will not drink again is good. His mom told the dad to stay away, which was a good idea. Casey protecting his mom was good. Drew helping Fiona was cute. Taught by Mrs. Clean Audra Torres herself. I mean, we know she's good at laundry. I'm glad Maya cares about Cam so much. Dallas does not know his teammates. Probably went home with some puck bunny. Drew making Fiona get the clog is funny. Fiona putting the clog in his shirt is funny. Maya helping Cam to stay is cute. I get Maya saying be happy because she's a teenager, but his explosion earlier in the convo shows there's a deeper issue. Why don't they get rid of his dad, not KC? It's sad to see Jenna say goodbye. Imogen was so happy that Fiona cleaned. Someone that should have been in the goodbye crew was Dave. Poor Casey, he had so much more to offer. That really makes me upset that Dave was not in the goodbye crew, but that depends. Are you going to be happy? I just think that question rubs me the wrong way. I love Imogen's dad. Yep, Katie cannot sing. I agree with Jake, but that interaction was cute. I feel bad for Becky because she did not know she had to sign out the table with the office. I love Luke and Becky's banter. Imogen should listen to her mom when it comes to questions about her dad because she's a doctor. I feel bad for Imogen's mom. Imogen's vision coming true is so cute because how excited she was to see it come to life. Eli exploring the plan to Imogen, explaining the plan to Imogen's dad is sweet. Learning more about Dallas is nice. Becky getting slammed by Adam is what she deserved. Marisol's a good friend to Katie. Fiona fitting right in with the dad is so cute. I feel bad for Imogen when she sees Volta. Marisol taking pictures in Imogen's car is wrong. Imogen had every right to hit Marisol. Poor Jake cannot articulate his feelings. Jenna still helping Becky is cute. Okay, so what I meant by Imogen's storyline hits close to home is my mom was diagnosed with early onset dementia. And it's not easy. You don't understand what's going on. Nobody will explain to you what's going on. I'm glad that at least Natalie explained to Imogen what was going to happen. I didn't have the luxury of anybody explaining to me what was going to happen, because at that point the doctors didn't know it was early onset dementia. They thought it was bipolar, and then they thought it was other things. Yeah, so it wasn't easy. And I say wasn't in the past because unfortunately my mom passed away in 2018 from dementia. It's not a good thing to see a parent go through, and it's not something that you would want to deal with, but that's why it hits close to home. Katie and Jake's banter is funny, which makes Marisol go to get an herbal tea. Last time you kissed me, you cried, funny Jake line. It does suck to see Dallas upset at Katie and Jake kissing. Imogen should have told Eli what was going on. Poor Becky having her display fall on her. Fiona was sweet to give Imogen a speech. Fiona gives Imogen a much-needed reality check. Make a decision now, because before someone has to make a hard decision for you. Jenna was a good friend to tell Becky. Imogen going to see her mom was good for her. Luke proving he trashed the garden is bad for him, like biting into the tomato. Imogen's set was built by a class, and Fiona and Eli were sweet to do that for her. Claire can do a well-faked presentation. Bianca being serious about school is good. Drinking when you play a sport is not a good idea. I love Dave, Tori, and Tristan dynamic. Jennifer is smart to put the pieces together of who she was, but also slow when she heard a Claire called her. Drew's face planning after helping a customer was funny. Claire has the realization that she was drinking on school property. Claire had a right to slap Dallas. Katie and Jake catching Claire was good for her to tell them. It could just be the beer. Jake's funny line after Claire said her journalism senses were tingling. Dave and Tori killed it at the audition. Drew tried to get better to help Bianca, but went about proving his point the wrong way. Bianca just wants Drew to have a good future. Audra said, Bianca, yeah, she talks to Audra. Audra is paying her university fees. Claire tricking Dallas into saying he was the one that had the beer was brilliant. And here comes the backlash, Eli. Claire forgot Dallas had crap on her, but I do like that Eli line. Claire forgot Dallas had crap on her. Tori and Tristan are good hype people to have. Audra is such a good mom. Of course, the first thing she asks is if the place has a washer and dryer at Fiona's condo. Asher's reaction should let Eli in on that something worse happened. Fiona and Drew were cute friends. I like Drew swatting Dallas's hand away from the food. Some girl, Claire, but is super close in season 13 and the end of season 12. Katie's free when Eli said, why did Dallas give you... Oh, Katie's face when Eli said, why did Dallas give you beer is funny. She just made a oh shit face and walked away. Allie was good to tell Eli to stay. Drew being serious about Bianca was good, making a bank account for both of them. Luke had no part of it till Jake jumped in, meaning he was in the background while Dallas was leading the charge. Everyone helping to clean up is nice. Clean up Fiona's condo. Adam's annoyed face speaks volumes as well about the costumes being the wrong sizes. Dallas is very smart to use other tactics to ruin the play. Tori is a good friend to Tristan about not having been kissed yet. Eli, would you sit down, Mr. Simpson? The whole time Eli is in his office for that conversation is funny. Dave had a point. Jesus would stand up for the little guy like the play does. The hypocritical nature of Dallas talking about glorifying unaliving. Jenna's a great friend to explain Adam to Becky. Adam giving Becky a reality check with a fossil is good. Incredible as in not credible. I'm gonna get that boy to kiss me. Tristan almost seems like you would force them. Simpson giving the stink eye to Dallas walking out of the office was great. Eli telling Miss O was the best idea. Tristan and Maya are cute friends. So now I look up episode 20 through 30. All right. So yeah, Tristan's nowhere to be found on the opening night of the school play, and that's what I mentioned where I like how Tori was like, he's gonna miss the play, this guy has his phone. I think that was really a good Owen and Tori moment. I don't like how Tori went and kissed Tristan because I feel like that was out of line for Tori to do. Claire, along with Katie, concoct a plan to get revenge. I don't think it was the best idea for Claire to take revealing photos of herself to put on Asher's computer. I don't think that was the way to go, but I like how Katie was willing to help her. Yes, Becky feels guilty for her actions to try to earn Adam's forgiveness, and I think it's good that Becky was trying to do everything to get back in Adam's good graces. So, then we go on to episode 21. Becky begins to fall for Adam and worries how her conservative parents will react. Yes, I like how Becky just pushes all the stuff out of her mind. Is like, if I want to be with this person, I want to be with this person. I think that's a good growing moment for Becky. Eli struggles to make a 2-minute production, you know, and Jake giving him marijuana was probably not the best option, but Eli should have not been overthinking it. I think he was really overthinking it, and I think he should have just pulled from inspiration from his life. Yeah, Bianca not knowing how to tell Audra her and Drew are engaged, it makes me upset that one line where she tells Audra, or she's talking to Audra, and Audra says, just wait until after university, then get married. And then the way Bianca relays it to Fiona is, she doesn't think I'm good enough for her family. That's not what she said at all, Bianca. She took it, like, totally out of context. Okay, so Becky decides to tell her parents that Adam's is transgender, and then her parents totally crap on Adam, and her parents are like, go to conversion therapy, and it's like, the fuck? Like, where are you in your right mind to say that to somebody? Eli realizes his film is terrible. I think we all know that. So, Brett Barnett is in the first part. So yeah, Brett Barnett, I like him because he's really funny. Claire helps him make a new film, which is good. I'm glad that Claire was there to help him. Bianca wants Audra to accept the fact that she and Drew are getting married, which, yes, but Audra did give them a good reality check to wait until after university, get to experience life first. Maya feels unappreciated by her boyfriend and her band, so Tori gives her a pageant-style makeover. And I think it was good for Tori to give her a makeover to boost her confidence, you know? Marisol thinks Mo, her boyfriend, is hiding something from her and finds syringes in his bag. Now, I don't think it was right for Marisol to go through Mo's bag. I think Marisol should have just said, I've noticed some changes in you, what's going on, and talked about that. Adam tries out for the boys' volleyball team, but needs to convince his mother to give him permission, which honestly, I think if you just asked Audra, like, it was nice to think about her feelings, like she said, but I think if you just asked her, can I be on the volleyball team? Like, even when she said, you forged my signature to be on the volleyball team, like, obviously she would have signed it by her reaction. Tori and Maya become enemies as they compete against each other in a beauty pageant. That whole storyline was stupid. Like, Maya made it through, like, be happy for your friend, whatever. Maya doesn't go after Zig, Zig goes after Maya. Yes, but Maya does kiss Zig, which is a bad idea. Like, that's your best friend's boyfriend. Marisol accuses Mo of being a drug addict, when in actuality he's hiding his diabetes from her. Which, don't jump to conclusions that they're a drug addict. That's why I always say talk to people. But Mo going, I love drugs, was like a really funny moment. And another funny moment is when she's like, did Mo ask you for money? And Jake's like, this week? And it's like, I think he's hiding, I found needles in his bag. He's like, oh, this is really bad, Marisol. And it's like, well, what do? Do I call his parents? It's like, yeah, Mo's not on crack. He's on a drug, insulin for his diabetes. I also don't think it was Jake's news to tell that that was a funny interaction. And then, and then Marisol getting him the medical alert bracelets was good. So Adam's nose gets broken at volleyball practice and he attempts to keep it from his mother. And the other funny line in that episode is, since when do you read Flair? And, Allie, who is extremely stressed with schoolwork and her tutor sessions with Campbell, decides to have a little fun. Which isn't a problem. I feel bad for Allie because she's trying to overextend herself and do so many things to graduate early. Meanwhile, to be the lead in Eli's latest film and to catch the eye of Fab, Tristan decides to go on a cleanse with Tori to lose weight. Tori did not need to lose weight. She did not need to go on the cleanse. Tristan did not need to lose weight either. But if he wanted to, like Owen said, I love how Owen was going to make a workout plan with him. That's the second part. But I like how Owen, you know, leads, you know, I like how Owen, I like how Owen makes a workout plan for him, and, I like Owen's line of eat, and it's like, it's just like, it tastes like feet, and he's like, no, it doesn't, and he's like, oh, yeah, you're right, it does. Imogen's mother disapproves of Fiona, which Fiona probably went about making a first impression the wrong way about her mother, but, you know, it's better to be upfront. Allie convinces Dallas to give her pills in order to stay awake, but they soon threaten her health and relationships. Yeah, she shouldn't have used the pills, but, you know, she had to catch up. Meanwhile, Tristan becomes obsessed with losing weight, which could lead to deadly consequences. Yeah. We talked about that. Fiona bonds with Imogen's mom more than Imogen does, which not always is a bad thing, but it can be. Tonight, part 1. Whisper Hug have made the finals of the Battle of the Bands, and Adam catches the eye of the lead singer of another band. I forgot Missy was in the first part. Yeah, Missy, I hate her, but, still really for the kiss, Maya attempts to get Zig interested in Tori again, which you can't really get somebody interested in the person they're going to break up with again because they've already decided to break up with them, which means there's no interest there. Claire feels like there's a double standard at home in regard to what she and Jake are allowed to do, which I think it was good for Claire to start a conversation with her parents, but then that started a fight. So then, you know, Las Vegas. Oh no, I'm sorry. As Whisper Hug prepare for the band competition, things get messy between Adam and Missy, which again, I don't like Missy. She used Adam, and that's just shitty. Zig tells Maya that he wants to break up with Tori in order for them to be together. I do agree with Katie saying it's good if he's being honest and wants to break up with Tori because he doesn't like her anymore, but yeah, they're not going to be together. Also, when Jake receives no punishment for smoking weed, Claire decides to arrange a family meeting, which, like I said, is good. Now Degrassi, Las Vegas. Drew and Bianca fly to Las Vegas, along with Adam, Fiona, and Imogen to elope, which, I mean, if you want to get married and you're a teenager, Las Vegas is the way to go. Meanwhile, Katie gets accepted into Stanford and finds out that her family can't afford to send her there. With their spring break trip to Puerto Vallarta canceled, she, Marisol, Jake, and Mo go to Las Vegas instead, where she plans to win her tuition. You should never plan to win tuition at blackjack. They run into the others who invite them to the wedding. Drew begins to have second thoughts about getting married because Audra's not there. And then Audra tries to ruin it, and Drew's like, the mistake I thought I had was getting married without you here. And then I love how the performer's like, yes, honey, express yourself. Katie gambles at blackjack table and loses all of her parents' savings, which is why you quit when you're ahead. She was literally ahead, and she could have taken that money and just ran with it. She meets Face Range creator Darren Howe, who will give her money if she sleeps with him, which I forgot about him. He's creepy. That whole thing was just like, why would you go back to his apartment? But anyway, so we will pick up in season 2. There will be a trigger warning for this episode as well as the trigger warning for season 2 as well, because it's the same thing. And yes, I will be changing that word. That will be the trigger to unaliving. So that is the only thing I have to put a trigger warning for. But yes.